Hi folks, I know it's been a while. We've been kind of busy. I had a good run back east. I hauled my colt so I get him bar broke, and that worked. You get 1,500 semis to go by, it kind of gets him gentle. And then everywhere I stopped, he'd fall in love with the horse next to him, and then of course I'd pull out. So got him kind of weaned too. Anyway, I dislocated my right hip. And I just want to thank the people between Clinton, Oklahoma and Oklahoma City. There was a whole committee just stepped up and took care of me. Truck, trailer, horse, everything. People picked me up, hauled me here, hauled me there. And I don't remember a whole lot of it, but there's a nurse in Clinton. She knew I had a truck and trailer and a horse stuck at a truck stop. And she looked me right in the eye and she says, "I got this." And that's all she said. An hour later, whatever the time was, I don't know, she said, "It's done." So the folks at Frontier Veterinary Hospital, really, really nice couple. They just said, "Don't you worry about a thing. We got him."
Dr. Thorne.
Dr. Thorne. And our friend Darla in Montana, she got her people in Oklahoma City, and everything was taken care of. So anyway, I'm home now, and we're moving right along. I'm going to get it fixed. But I got to work Chinaco one time in North Carolina, and what happened was when I did the poles, he only wanted me in his left eye, because I think I'd mentioned when you're finished with the poles, you're standing in the center of the circle. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, and then we'll just watch, and I'll give you what I'm getting at is there's groundwork and then there's groundwork. So that's where we're headed. Okay, folks, we're trying to deal with the wind and everything else. So anyway, I'm going to ask this horse to go to my left, and you're in the perfect position to see how this works. And like I told you, if I have to walk over there, I will. But in groundwork, when this is done, this is where you end up. So he's already got his left eye predominant. So I'm going to ask for the other direction. And as long as my hands are below my belt, I'm not asking for anything. But when I do, in fact, give him direction with my right hand and impulsion with my left, that's when it's time to side pass. Here's direction, here's impulsion. Now as he moves, I take the spur off. And his job is to make it around here. When I don't have to move my left hand, then I got him. So now he's doing what colts do. Now to get the hip, this is where a lot of people get in trouble. I don't need to walk all the way back there to get the hip. I just need to tip his nose and reach back and get his hip to move over. Reaching, there. Tip the nose, catch the hindquarter up. Now what I want you to watch is that he's doing a good job, but he's trying to bend his neck to keep me in the left eye. Okay, down the road that's going to come and get me, because it's not going to be a squared horse. So for me to fix it, I have to get in the right eye, not allowing the left eye. So now I've changed my position to right eye only. And this is what proves to me he was having a hard time. And I'm kind of nitpicking here, but that's just the way it goes. See how it's kind of falling apart now that I got him in just the right eye? That's the point. And just so there's no doubt in your mind, I'm going to get back where I was, and I'll let him drop his skull. Now we're going to start over. This is direction, this is impulsion. Here it comes. Now, from where I'm standing, his neck is bent. So once again, he feels comfortable as long as I'm in that left eye predominant. Okay, if you'll carry this on through for the foundation of a horse, this is not what I want. I want a straight horse. So I'm going to get in the right eye and work him again. Now if I have to, I can get on a fence. But I don't have to. He's handy enough to figure this out. Now you keep an eye on his skull, and he's going to yield that neck when he figures out he can't see me. That's when I know I'll have him. This is uncomfortable. So this is my point about groundwork, and then there's groundwork. Well, he showed me in North Carolina that he wasn't even. Okay, does that come to the point where you have more trouble with one lead than the other? They won't turn around one way or the other? I believe it's part of it. So it's not, you know, and don't be blaming yourself that you missed a step. It's just what he's choosing to do now. So I'm going to work it and get it out. Then I can move on. But his mind is not registering. There's a change. If you keep an eye on his left ear, he's going to have to look where he's going. And he can't put his left eye on me, so he's going to have to tell his feet to pay attention where they're landing. I'm going to stay in this right eye. Now here's the thing about this horse. You've all watched him grow up there. He started to get mad. He wants me over in that other eye. So once again, the conversation. And for my friend Clint in Texas, he's onto this whole thing. He just needs to put the pieces in place. So Clint Corey is a good friend of mine, and him and his wife are serious about horses. We talked about this, and this is what we're, you know, if we're going to dedicate something, I'll dedicate this to Clint and his wife. So here we go. Now, do you see my hands where they are? I'm not asking anything. Here it comes. He knows where the log is. There's the first time to cross. Now I know this colt pretty good, and he's contemplating whether to get upset or not. Now I can feel him getting better. And now I've talked about the tables turning. Here's the way it works for me working with horses. There is now no doubt in his mind what I'm asking of him. If he doesn't do it, it's irrelevant to me, because he's going to do it in time. But here's the part I'd like you to know. The time I gave him to stand here, he settled in his brain what it is I want. All right, I know that because I know this horse, and I can see it in his demeanor. Okay, if he chooses not to do it when he leaves, that's not my problem. That's his problem. So there's a real point in this, what I'm doing today. It has to do with all the riding you do. You have patience, but you be a leader. You don't hope they're going to make it. You know they're going to make it. Left front foot stuck. He's still wanting to put me in that eye, but that's all right. See the slack of my rope? I'm not going to mechanically make it happen. There's a change. Hind quarter. Left hand down, that's the spur. Impulsion. Left hand down. Look where you're going. You're fine, you don't have to hurry. Try to rush and get me in that eye. Stay right with it. I'm going to tell him, don't worry about it. Okay, that was the habit he picked up somewhere in Georgia. Who knows? Well, gave me a chance to catch up. Now, once again, I know I can ride him, but I want to be able to ride him well, and I need this foundation. So I've done groundwork for a couple years with him, okay, so I had to go back. It doesn't mean I'm a failure. It means that he's chose to brace up on this right eye. And I'm like, okay, go ahead. However, I will outlast you. Here it comes. Watch the left ear. There. You know what to do. I'm going to give him a chance to make it now. I'm being as subtle as I possibly can be. Exhale. He thought it meant stop. Searching. 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 Now, just so you'll know the mechanics of it, the reason his front feet hit is because he wants to back up to put me in that eye. That's why his front feet are hitting. And that's why poles are round, so that it'll hit their heel bulbs. And then it doesn't feel all that great, so they quit hitting their heel bulbs. He knows what to do. Here it comes, horse. So when you got timing down, you can share with the horse what they need to do, and he'll start to pay attention and place his feet accordingly. There. Now, he came right back to the left eye. Okay, I'm not going to pull the drilling thing on him. He made it. He made some steps. Over time, this is going to go away. What I did was show him that he, in fact, can make it. I'm going to put that in my memory bank and go from there. Now, I'm going to go the other way. See the horse working things out in his brain? I'm splitting his brain, one eye and then the other eye. There. Head goes up, horse is bothered. Head goes down, horse has got it. He just needs to convince his brain that it doesn't matter where I'm at. There's the deep breath for the first time since we started. So, we're going to be going over the 10 most asked questions according to my bride, so we're going to address those. But what I got to see, I'm really glad I made that trip to North Carolina, because I got to meet a whole bunch of really nice people. And by the way, the best rider I ran into, as far as the human being from the inside out riding a horse, was the wife of the man that sponsored the clinic in Cochise, Arizona. She is an absolute natural and doesn't even know it. So I want to commend her for her horsemanship and being a good person. Now I'm going to go back to the middle. And I'm going to offer the suggestion by moving my body to let him know which way I want to go. And if you'll watch his ears, you'll see that he's going to check in and then be ready for me to say what it is I want. Direction, impulsion. Open hand. Impulsion. Hip. Left ear, please. Look where you're going. You're fine. Here it comes. Think. Please be accurate. There's the straight skull. Now we got to get the feet to move while the skull's straight. Hip. Asking. Hip. This is how hackamore works, incidentally. Hip. Now, it's better. He's not turning it into firewood now. Had I stayed in one eye and then the other eye longer, to me, it would have got worse. It wouldn't have got better. So when do you quit? Be true to yourself. I'm going to go the other way, and then I've got him. Right here it comes. This is how a horse talks. Watch his skull. Hip. Hip. Side pass. Thank you so much. So that's it. And I know there's this thing, because I got to visit with people getting off the hill and all, is they have to sometimes watch a video 2 or 3 times. Well, okay. This is one of the videos that I really encourage you to watch a few times and watch. Don't worry about me. I'm just a gimp doing mechanical stuff. What I want you to watch is how the horse changes his mind. Literally. That's what's important today. So, how much do you do? Well, you just watched it. I feel like I just won the world. Okay. How many years have I got? Who cares? Thank you.